Hello, hello. I'm Chrissy. Welcome to Objects of Reverence, my new project. I guess we could probably use to start with a bit of a definition on objects of reverence before we dive right in. But essentially, the term sort of objects of reverence is something that my family has used since I was a kid. And it has nothing really to do with the monetary value of the object or how fancy the object is. It really just has to do with how precious it is to you and how much you revere it. So for me, for an example, as a kid, maybe my favorite Beanie Baby was a real object of reverence when I was a kid. So anyway, fast forward to now. My house is kind of full of objects of reverence. I feel like a lot of the way I travel, and just the way I kind of think, like my hobby kind of is objects of reverence, and my husband has been getting on my ass to have some more hobbies. And so anyway, I wanted to start sort of a blog, vlog, archive, maybe one day even start sort of selling stuff or creating products, whatever it is. It doesn't really matter. Right now, I just wanted to kind of figure out if there were any other people out there who loved certain precious little things and wanted to talk about them in excruciating detail. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna see if anybody likes it. And maybe you can kind of tell me about your objects of reference, and we'll just see kind of what happens. But with that, I'm Chrissy. This is episode 1 of Objects of Reverence, and here we go.
So what's the point of this video?
Okay, so the point of the video is, as you know, but as the people don't yet know, golden Elvis mug. I'm a little bit smushed, but okay. Look at how wonderful this is. Do it in a kiss. Yes. And this is the king of acorns. And if you don't believe it, read them and weep. Worm sucker tequila. That's it for now. All right. So the unofficial theme of this episode, which was, again, unintended, but kind of ended up happening, is cards, like playing cards. So I'm going to show you kind of 2 objects, and they happen to come from the same store on the same trip and kind of have a similar story around them. So hopefully it will be good. I'm trying to figure out how many objects I should be talking about, if there should be a theme, if there should be, content. All right, so theme is playing cards. Both of the games that are going to be featured in today's episode are from Santa Fe, New Mexico. I was on a cross-country road trip kind of in the beginning of last year, like around this time last year, with my now husband, then boyfriend. And maybe it's important to know that he's also Portuguese. One of the things we'll be looking at is Portuguese. And I usually, when we come across stuff, I'm like, oh, this is special. It's like you. And so I buy them. We're actually going to start with a product that is Mexican, though, so let's get right in. All right, so for the Mexican item, object of reverence, and like, forgive this sad situation, I actually tried to film this video twice before this had happened. This is Puppy, new puppy. But so I guess I also want to preface, like, I'm not really an expert at any of this stuff. So if this is like way old news or like whatever, I don't care. I found it recently and yeah, I want to share it. So, okay, this is called Juego de Loteria. I don't speak Spanish, forgive me. And it's by Don Clement. And what really drew me to this was just the bright colors and graphic illustrations. I mean, if there's anything that I love, it is a combination of primary colors to create this kind of amazing contrast, this like blue, red, yellow, and then kind of this whole scheme that goes throughout the cards. And so I'm going to show you kind of a number of these. I feel like they're kind of screaming to be tattoos. I don't need any more tattoos, but when I saw them, I kind of thought, damn, these would be really good tattoos. Anyway, so this is basically Mexican bingo, and I'll tell you a little bit when we went into this store, which I'll post the store in the bio. And so the store was kind of like this little tchotchke store. It had a lot of like games for kids and little cute other things that maybe I'll show you another day. The people who worked there were amazing and super nice, but it was really funny when I picked this up. I was like, what is this? And they were like, we don't know, actually. It's some kind of game in Spanish, and we don't speak Spanish. So but then we realized that like it literally says it on the box. Mexican bingo. So let's open this puppy up and see what we're working with. Okay, so it came with two things. Basically, it's like any other bingo game where there's sort of a card and then you have to kind of match them, but they're just amazing. Like, I kind of want to blow them up into like big posters or something. Like, what can I do with these? Like, I even like them kind of fanned out like this, where you're seeing like every combination of colors and every combination of illustration. I think this board is probably my favorite. Even the logo for Don Clement, like, well done. I really love this just like simple little scroll. It's kind of got a vintage vibe to it, but again, that more modern kind of graphic feeling. And then the cards can coincide with each of these squares. Ooh, this one's really cool. I haven't seen this one. There's like a spider. There's they're all cool, but I kind of want to find the ones that, like, look at this gentleman smoking his cigarette. Is that even focused? Sorry, I have kind of shaky hands and I don't have the best camera, but that's okay. Let me see if there are any others I'd like to show. I love all little like Mexican flower things. And let's do one more, or maybe two more. That one's really cool. La Mano. Anyway, I don't actually play this game. Ooh, this one's cool. El Camarón. But I love it as an object. I guess maybe that's part of the definition of objects of reverence too. They're not really like you don't really have to use them. It's just to have and to kind of look at and be made happy by them. Okay, so that's the first one for today. I've already posted some pictures of that on Instagram. So you can look at a couple of them more up close. And let's move on to object number 2. Okay, so object number 2. I mean, you can even just see it like sitting here. It's so nice looking. Anyway, this is a deck of playing cards, and I will start to show them to you. I'm just like obsessed with the design first and foremost. Like, the box is really beautiful. It's all woodcut prints, and you can see even the suits are really cute. It's like grapes, acorns, figs, something, and wheat, I think. But all of the, you know, king, queen, jack face cards are adorable. And I'll show you some of them in a second. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the person. So these were designed by Sara Smith. Obviously going to be hard to Google that one. So her website is www.sarasmithcontemporary.com. And I looked her up just to read a little bit more about these. And it turned out she was from Santa Fe. These are from sort of the same, like I said, the tchotchke store that we went to. And she was living in Portugal. Not in the region that my husband is from, but in sort of a farm village or countryside in Portugal, and was inspired by the livestock, the animals that were being kept on these farms. So the pig is the king. That's pretty cute. And then, like, I'm just going to open them up because I think they're just really nicely designed. Again, I really love the graphic, super simple, but still something. Like, it's not just this geometric thing. It's, I think because of the grain of the print, it has this kind of extra, like, warmth or character that I really like. So let me show you some of the cards. So they're really beautiful, and they all have this sort of handmade quality to them, where you can see sort of the strokes, the extra, again, sorry, my video doesn't really get that good that close, and my hand's really shaky, but you get the gist. I'm just like obsessed with the color scheme. Again, another color scheme that I tend towards, or maybe it's the exact same color scheme, just with black instead of yellow, but like the primary red, primary blue, and black also looks extremely good together. And I love the little crown on the pig. How cute. I think my favorite card, oh, this is the queen. I think she's a stork. The stork, queen, stork. And then let's just look at the jack, because who would we be without it? And it's a goat. A little billy goat jack. And I love the acorn. And then I think my favorite card would be the, what is it called? Oh, the Joker, or the ass. Like, how great is that? And I've posted pictures, multiple of this, on my Instagram. And I think part of the Instagram is just like I want to see this stuff, you know? Like, this is, it's hard for me to display this unless I, like, blow it up into a poster or something. But anyway, those were kind of the two I wanted to go over today. Maybe in the future I will do more or less, or like more story or less story. Let me know. I don't know if you liked it, if you have thoughts. Like, would you have wanted to see more of them, less of them? But anyway, it's nice to meet you all. I don't know who you are yet, or maybe I do. But this is Objects of Reverence, and I'm gonna just kind of keep giving it a go until it kind of makes more sense to me. All right, see you later. Bye.